welcome to another Anime Kingdom review. See by the title below, yes, this is on episode 2 of Persona 5 the animation, and sorry that this is several days late. It's been pretty tough right now, honestly. I'll be completely honest that I've been trying to keep up watching all the anime for this season and everything, and trying to keep up with making these videos, but right now is the hardest moments right now because it's like the final weeks of school. It really is crunch time, trying to deal with studying for these final exams, trying to deal with finishing these papers, finishing these final projects. And when it comes to which one takes priority over the other, obviously I have to take the priority of school over, doing these videos at the moment. That's why I'm still trying to find the time to make these videos, because I really do want to do it. I don't want to have it like, the past couple seasons where I just kind of skip over and then just go to the next episode. I don't want to do that. That's why I am, of course, here. Finally found the time to go ahead and watch this episode. So yeah, I apologize for it being late, but at least it's here, right? But yeah, let's get on to talk about how I felt about this episode. Honestly, once again, another awesome episode. Like, I've loved the adaptation so far from what I've seen. Sure, there's still people, I know why am I still looking in the forums, but I kind of just like to look just to see what people are saying, see if there is any changes. And there are a lot more people now when I'm looking at the forums that they understand a lot more that what's going on. They're okay with the pacing and everything. There's still some of those people that are like, man, I don't even know why I tried. Like, the pacing is still so way too fast and everything. Some people are saying like, oh, it's not as bad as the first episode. And like, I just gotta say, like, I just want to put this out before I start talking about everything else. I agree that the pacing, if you're looking at the standpoint as a person who's played the game, the pacing is quite damn fast compared to that. But I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to hold in, put every single little thing from the game into a 24 episode season. So yeah, I actually think they've done a great job so far, at least with only with 24 episodes and having these 2 episodes so far. They've done a good job at progressing the story and giving the information that even an anime watcher only, in my opinion, would be able to understand what is going on in in the series so far. They've done a great job at putting in stuff, for example, like some talks of what, it's not a lot yet, but I'm pretty sure they'll explain further on later, in the future, in future episodes. But they've done enough to at least have the, an anime watcher only understand from what is a palace, what are personas and everything, Morgana's introduction pretty much explained a lot of that kind of stuff, just like how they did in the game. They just had to cut some stuff here and there and not have it a lot longer like it should be how it is in the game. But they pretty much explain enough that you will be able to understand. So I think that's pretty damn awesome job of them so far. And they've actually put in some stuff that aren't even in the game in the anime, which is actually it's pretty cool as someone who's played the game. Yes, like I said before, I haven't finished the entire game, but I've played a majority of the beginning and the middle, so I can definitely say what's new and what's different, in the first couple episodes and everything. So from what we've seen, actually, the whole part with, I think it's Mishima, when he gets hit in the face with a volleyball, it's supposed to be him in the game, but in the anime they actually had it instead with Ren getting hit. And then of course he has this moment, he looks at Kamoshida and Kamoshida's like, oh shit, that part was pretty cool, adding that in, changing things up a little, and then of course there was also the part with showing Shiho and her actually, being abused by Kamoshida. They actually don't show in the game, literally, Kamoshida abusing any of the students. Sure, they show the students kind of like injured and stuff like that. And of course, in the, in his palace and everything, they show some moments like that one kid getting hit over and over again while he's upside down by a volleyball, stuff like that. But they never really showed someone getting hit, especially Shiho. So I thought that was actually pretty cool for them to implement it in and kind of explain what's going on and how bad the teacher, of a teacher Kamoshida really is and how much of a villain he is. So I actually think they did a good job at adding and changing some stuff like that as well, while also putting in every little thing that at least is needed for the story to progress. So, good job to them for that kind of shit. Other than that, there's also, we got some little showings of Makoto and Haru as well, which I actually did not expect to see Haru for quite a while. So I thought it was pretty cool that they're showing some of these characters already Like, sure, it's just like a little snippet in there, but it's pretty cool. Like, if we see along, you know, the episodes and we see other characters as well, it's making it enjoyable for fans of the game already and also newcomers as well. So I think so far Persona 5 is doing a great job. Episode 2, pretty awesome. Great opening, I gotta say. Sure, the visuals are pretty much just, you know, what we've already seen from episode 1. But from what I've seen in the forums, it's episode 4 that when we finally get to see the, you know, the true opening and everything, which I think is smart, because a lot of the times when animes come out and the opening is like awesome and stuff like that, but a lot of the times openings really do spoil a lot of different things when you're actually looking at them. So I actually like it better like this, when you kind of don't show the true opening until a little bit later. You know, you show something with the song, of course, and the song was awesome. Both the opening and ending songs were awesome. I loved them. But with stuff like that, I just feel like, you know, without, sometimes like it really frustrates me when you watch an opening and you're like, okay, that's a scene that's probably going to happen sometime in the future, and when it does, it's like, okay, so yeah, it was already shown. We were already shown this like way before in the opening, and you already know that you were spoiled, kind of thing. So it doesn't, you know, it like, yeah, it spoils you, so it sucks, you know. So I do like the way they did that for the opening right as of now, you know. Other than that as well, the soundtrack as always was awesome. Some of the things I didn't like though with this series so far, with this episode, was when they did the all-out attack, which was awesome, but the part after my thumbnail and everything showing Ren and his, you know, his thing like this, they took out all the graphics and everything in the back that's actually supposed to be shown, and that's a huge thing, honestly. It doesn't look as cool like when it's without it. I don't know why they decided. They could have literally just taken it from the game and put that in there, the animation part in there, and it would have been still cool and awesome. I honestly I'm kind of disappointed that they decided to take that out. It doesn't really make any sense in my opinion. But yeah, I actually think that so far, other than that one part in this episode, I actually really enjoyed the episode. All the cool, new, and different things that were not in the game put in the, you know, the anime. We got to see Morgana's introduction. We got to see Ryuji's awakening. Got a little brief introduction and explanation of what personas are, of what the palace is and everything. We got to see more conflict with Kamoshida. And overall, I think they're doing a good job so far at progressing the story in a way that it's enjoyable and understandable for anime watchers only, while also, you know, making it so people who have played the game enjoy, you know, enough that you're keeping the story consistent while also adding and changing some new things that are actually pretty damn good. Now, if they put in something and change something that actually, you know, we end up not liking, then of course that will be a problem. But so far, if you put in little things and little changes and stuff like that, like they've done in this episode, I think that will be pretty damn awesome to see more new things. Like I said before, the opening was, the song at least was pretty damn awesome. We'll have to wait for the visuals to get a lot better, but the opening song and ending song are pretty awesome, so I'm really happy about those two. And of course, the very ending did show us a little showing of another character, which is of course Akechi, which I'm super excited to see how everything will go in these future episodes. How many more showings of other characters will we see? What will, you know, what new things will be put in? What, you know, will be taken out, because we know there's going to be somewhere along the line that they cannot put every little thing in, since, like I said before, the game has like a possibility of like 100+ kind of hours kind of thing, you know, in comparison to a 24 episode season. You're not going to be able to put everything in it. So as long as they keep doing, at least putting the necessary stuff in it, I think the story and the rest of the series will continue to be enjoyable and awesome for both anime watcher onlys and people who have played the game. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Is anything else you want to talk about, comment below as well. Don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. Feel free to subscribe for more content. And as always, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. How did you feel about this episode, both anime watchers only and people who have played the game? And as always, like I said before and in all my other videos, if you want to put a spoiler, please do the whole skip 4 lines thing, so that when someone sees it, they have to click read more. And if they, you know, choose to pick it, if they choose to click read more, that's their choice. That's their fault to be spoiled. But at least other people will not be spoiled. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say, guys. So until next time, see ya.